I don't like to ever say that esports is serious business because I don't really find esports to be much of anything. I'm sorry. Like, I just don't. I enjoy watching people play video games, but when it becomes this massive competitive multi-billion dollar thing, I just kind of lose interest in it. I'm like, you guys want to do your thing, that's fine. But this particular story is fascinating because Faze Clan is being sued over an oppressive contract by Tfue, and if I am mispronouncing that, I do not care. But what I care about is these kind of situations involving these kind of business practices and how what this kind of contract feels very much like an MCN. And I'm very against MCNs, but at the same time, this is an industry that has absolutely zero oversight and zero regulation. I mean, Hollywood talent agencies and management companies are bad enough as it is, and this one it feels like it's even freaking worse. And if you look through the story and you look through the lawsuit that's come out and the response to it, you can kind of see a little deflections at play here, but we're going to talk about that because again, this whole thing is super fascinating to me. So, all right. So Fortnite pro player and popular Twitch streamer Turner Tfue Tenny is suing Faze Clan organization over an oppressive contract, arguing they took a significant portion of the revenue made from his branded YouTube and Twitch content, among other allegations. Now, he filed the lawsuit on May 20th for allegedly limiting his ability to pursue his profession in violation of California law. Signing to an esports organization can give the org access to a certain amount of revenue, which varies depending on the contract signed. Tenny alleges Faze is only leaving him with 20% of the revenue from his branded videos on social media, with the org taking an 80% cut. Now, again, focus on the branded videos on social media. That's what this whole thing boils down to. The way that Faze is going to respond to it, you're going to see really kind of like doesn't address that specifically, which I find to be a bit fascinating. So it goes on to say that Tenny and his lawyer argue that esports players representatives should be regulated like agents of film or TV stars, saying there's little to no regulation or oversight for how things are run right now, which is true. Which is very, very, very true. This is how these situations, how these organizations are running. There was a thing like go back to like 5-6 years ago, right? When MCNs were all the rage and there were all these MCNs on YouTube and they were all like pulling in lots of money, and Disney bought Maker for like nearly $1 billion because they had PewDiePie attached to them and a lot of other top tier talent. And then after a while, Disney realized that was a complete terrible investment and ended up closing it all down. And as a result, now a lot of MCNs are dying off because they're not getting into partner management. And I mean, that's the thing, is that's where they are now. These were completely predatory companies for the longest time. I'm not saying esports like Faze Clan's a predatory company, but they're a company and their job is to make money and their job is to facilitate profit. And so it does, based upon this lawsuit, it does seem that they found an interesting workaround to get the money that he claims that they took from him. Now, the report reveals that Tenny attempted to terminate his agreement with Faze back in September, claiming the organization had breached their deal. The attempt was rejected, and he remained a member of Faze. His lawyer argues that not only is Faze taking the majority of his revenue from branded YouTube and Twitch content, in addition to his touring and appearance revenue, but they also say the organization is jeopardizing his health, the safety, and the welfare of its members. Tenny said Faze pressured him to live in one of their homes with other young YouTubers, where he was given alcohol before he was legally able to drink. Now, see, this is the thing that I get the angle they're framing this of, but I'm also going to kind of call BS on this one because, yeah, he most likely was drinking alcohol under the age of 21 while living in this house. But if you don't think that a whole bunch of YouTubers that are going to be living together, that are going to be on a team practicing day in and day out, that are going to be popular, making all this money, are not going to party their asses off while living in LA, that's a load of crap. Like, it's a load of crap. Like, it's no, like, I think that's, I don't buy that one bit. I don't buy that one bit. Not at all. Not at all. So it says here that Faze Clan also continuously pressured and encouraged Tenny and others to undertake dangerous stunts while performing in videos. This is coming from Brian Friedman, who is his lawyer. During one video, Tenny suffered an injury to his arm while skateboarding, which resulted in permanent disfigurement. And that's no good. And I don't know any of the details on that. So if that's true, that's terrible. But, if they're trying to create a social media presence, they're all going to be engaging in these sort of things. And peer pressure is a mofo. That is very true. Tenney also alleges that the organization signed an 11-year-old player and pressured him and his family to lie about his age. He's trying to find out if the contract is unenforceable, which would require Faze to give the player his full earnings. Like, I love how that line right there, that he alleges that the organization like got an 11-year-old player, like got, tricked him or convinced him and his parents to lie about his age in order to sign this contract to get him into play. That's a pretty damning allegation, and it's one line in this article. So it's just like one line, which is crazy. Now, he says here that Tenney and my law firm are sending a message. This is coming from Freeman. Is that the time is now for content creators, gamers, and streamers to stop being taken advantage of through oppressive, unfair, and illegal agreements. The significant legal actions taken today will be a wake-up call that this behavior will no longer be tolerated. The gaming community deserves a safe environment that allows gamers the freedom to control their own careers. But yes, and I absolutely agree with that. At the same time, when you sign up with a group like Faze Clan, you are signing into a brand. You are signing up for a team. You are signing up to be part of this organization, which means like you're going to follow their rules. Like, their rules before going into it. Like, all these things. And it wasn't like he signed it at the age of 11, like he's alleging the other kid did. He signed it at the age of 20. He's 21 right now. So it's not like he isn't an adult. That's, if they're ripping him off, that's one thing. But I feel like the lawyer is kind of, trying to paint this really terrible negative picture. And it's not that like, Faze Clan, I don't know much about them. I know Faze Banks isn't really the best person on the planet. So, there's that, and he's not too happy with the way things are going right now. But I did take a good look through the lawsuit, and there's a lot of craziness in there that you should check out. But a lot of it does boil down to the branded content as being the primary thing that I read behind the lawsuit. Now, here's what Faze Clan has to say. Faze Clan released an official statement to the accusations, calling them false and saying no money has been taken from Tenney's tournament winnings, Twitch revenue, YouTube revenue, or any form of social media. Now, again, pay attention to what they're saying here. It says, we're shocked, disappointed to see the news of Tfue's press article and lawsuit. Over the course of our partnership with him, which began April 2018, Faze Clan has collected 0 tournament winnings, 0 Twitch revenue, 0 YouTube revenue, 0 from any social platform, saying we've only collected $60,000 from our partnership, while Tfue has earned millions as a member of Faze Clan. While contracts are different with each player, all of them, including Tenney, have a maximum of 20% to Faze Clan in both tournament winnings as well as content revenue, with 80% to the player. In Turner's case, neither of those have been collected by Faze Clan. But he's talking about branded content. And that's one of the things that keeps getting really kind of like, put around here. He's talking about branded content. And he does talk about in the lawsuit, him having certain content certain brand deals that were shut down by Faze because they were conflicts of interest, which does make sense. That does make sense because he is representing a brand that he is assigned to on his channel, and they kind of own everything. And if there's a conflict of interest, they're going to shut that down. I don't have any issue with that. But this is all about branded content through social media. So him doing promotional spots and him doing all those sort of things, that's what they're talking about. And when they say, no, we didn't do anything, take any YouTube revenue or Twitch revenue or any of this other revenue, it kind of comes across like it's deflective based upon the allegations. The allegations is branded content, advertisements, right, through his channel. Those are the kind of things. So if he earned ad revenue, like there's one thing that they talked about where he had done a branded video that received 19 million views on his channel. I am sure he made a lot of money off of that. Like that he made a lot of money off of those 19 million views. So whatever the company paid, this is what we're talking about here. Whatever the company paid to Faze to orchestrate that deal, to organize that deal, is where things currently are. So the story is interesting to me because I do feel that a lot of what needs to happen is regulatory oversight for these particular types of companies, because they can go easily into the predatory state when dealing with content creators very quickly. I'm not accusing Faze Clan of anything because I don't know the full details. I'm just looking at what's presented from a forward-facing perspective. And after reading through the lawsuit and everything, this is just kind of what I'm coming to. But this is a story that I'll be following closely because I'm very curious to see where it goes next. And I want gamers and streamers and content creators to not be taken advantage of and to not be lured in by lucrative contracts that ultimately restrict their growth as content creators. And I do this as a person who's worked with broadband TV twice now, and both times felt like I got screwed over. And again, that's a shame on me situation. So yeah, this is where I see it. If I've missed anything, feel free to let me know, please. I'm interested to know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments below. I will talk to you all later. Have yourself a great day, and peace out.